The reason why we're bringing everybody together is I've been doing some content creation the past 12 months. And then every time I talk about PowerPoint, using AI to do PowerPoint, I get a pretty good reactions. So it looks like it is something that's on people's mind. So we're going to be talking about this the next 54 minutes or so. It's going to be very casual, so you guys can comment in the LinkedIn, and my coworker Jenny is going to be monitoring, and then we'll be chatting away. Okay, so first thing first, most important thing, I actually talked to the CEO of Gamma, which is an AI pitch deck presentation tool, and he's been very generous. He hooked me up with some DoorDash when I was going to the hospital. So love Grantley, thank you so much. So I've actually got him to throw in two swags for us. So Jenny's going to be asking us to kind of chime in the chat, and then we're going to be randomly selecting two people for the swags. And I don't know if you guys can see me. This is my favorite sweater. It's got a Gamma logo. So I've been going to hackathons and doing it. And it's giving me street cred. And people say, "Oh, you work for Gamma?" And say, "Well, yeah, Grant and I just talk late at night or early in the morning." All right. So who am I? I'm Kenneth Lo. I co-founded Zambis. Is an AI agency. So we do white glove services. If you want chatbots, if you want automations, you want to leverage AI, you want to do an AI assessment, we do it all for you. And then coming out of the surgery a couple of weeks ago, I decided, well, I will also be able to help other content creators, other solopreneurs. So I started this school community called Unyeti, and then we'll talk more about it. But basically, if you guys want to, learn about the techniques, basically everything that I've struggled with the past 12 months or so, I'm going to be sharing it very, very transparently within the community, and you can hook up with other content creators, other solopreneurs, and help each other out and give each other support. And then we'll have events such as this one. Okay. All right. So like I mentioned earlier, I've been doing I'm sorry, Mandy trying to come in. So Jenny, if you don't mind keeping an eye. Okay, great. Let's get let's get Mandy. Awesome.
Am I
Lo,
live?
You're live. You're live,
Oh my
Mandy.
God. I've never done this. I have absolutely no idea. Hi
Yeah.
everyone. It's I call myself Asian Karen, but you can call me Mandy or Asian Karen or whatever. It's my 3 a.m. so I should be in bed sleeping, but I've decided to show my face and co-host this thing with Ken, which I've got no idea, but I'm just gonna stay on this screen and take AI notes.
That is
Yeah.
so awesome. Thank you for staying up. I know you and that PJ is look very, very comfortable. So thank you for
Yeah,
joining us from Melbourne.
it's a pillow, and I'll be drinking coffee and eating. So, do I go on mute or what?
No, Jenny is gonna take care of it. Yeah, very good. Okay. So I got my buddy Lee Pofi, my old cycling coach, who's given me a lot of torture. Is wanting it to be interactive and fun. Well, it's always going to be interactive and fun. It's going to be very raw. So you will be in for a treat, Lee. Awesome. All right, I'm going to keeping an eye on this chat, and as I'm talking, this is very new to me, so bear with me. So honest facts. Every time I talk about PowerPoint or slide deck, you get a lot of feedback, and people say, "How do you do that? How do you do it so quickly? How do you do it so poorly, or whatever?" So just a couple things. Most people don't enjoy making decks. It's just very tedious. Okay. Second one, most people don't enjoy consuming decks. Well, why do you have to do that? Well, because of obligations. You're sitting in a boardroom, you're sitting in some kind of presentations, you're sitting at a conference or something. And then another last fact, most people would rather watch cat videos. So your competitor is all those dancing cats on TikTok. So if you want to have a chance to get your audience attention, you better up your game. And so hopefully by talking about 10, 20, 30 rules, you have a fighting chance with those dancing cats. So as we mentioned, 10, 20, 30 rule of PowerPoint. Doesn't have to be just on PowerPoint. Can be Google Slides. It could be, what's that thing in Apple? Keynote, Keypoint, Key something? Whatever, Keynote, I think. So anyhow, Guy Kawasaki, one of the early early team from Apple, has this rule, and it's very simple: 10 slides. Every presentation, no more than 10. Anything more than that, people will turn to the TikTok dancing cat videos. So we really have to keep it to 10 slides or so. I've been involved with think roughly 10,000 presentations over my career. Why? I was working with a VC, venture focused private equity firm. So I did a lot of CRM implementations. And part of my job was doing a lot of import, export of this data into the CRM. So I had got the luxury of looking at a lot of different slide decks, different pitches. So from that point on, I say, wow, a lot of them are not very good. And those good ones, they probably get funded, they get networked, they get introduced, and they go to places. Second, 10, 20, 30. So 20 minutes. Well, I think for a really good pitch, you're looking for, money, you're selling something that's really high ticket, 20 is good. But if you're not selling that kind of a high ticket item, I think, that's pretty long. Most people's attention is, I think, 45 minutes on average if you're paid to pay attention. But again, if you're competing with TikTok, you may even be competing with something more fierce competition. And so just keep in mind, like, to keep people engaged, you really have to be funny. You really have to be concise. And let's see, we got 20 people right now. Any questions so far? Is anybody asleep? What? How you doing? How you doing, Asian Karen?
I'm still awake. I'm eating.
You're still awake. That's good. It's 13 minutes in. You're still awake. So
You
appreciate
guys
it.
have you tried these grain waves? It says it's proudly Australian made. Have you ever seen it? Sometimes I think we eat the same food, but then sometimes I'm like, we don't. I don't know.
Yeah, all those pictures you sent me, I say we don't have it here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, cool. So those people in the audience, if you have any questions, we are actually monitoring everything in the comments. Actually, I was on the wrong tab. Okay, so put it in the comments, ask questions, keep it interactive. All right, awesome. Let's go ahead and continue. 30 point. 30 point is the size of your text. And I just like, this is the one big pet peeve of mine when you're looking at an essay, when you're looking at, something that's really long. I mean, like, people don't read and listen. Multitasking is just way overrated. People can only do one thing at a time. At least most guys do. And so make your font really big, simple. Now, it's constraining, yes, but that is the point. You don't want to make, if you want to make side notes, add that as side notes. Make people go ahead and then download it, and then they can read that later. The thing is, like, you want to maintain the connection, and then you want to just like listen to me, hear me out. Okay, we got a question here. How do you strike the right balance between visuals and content in my pitch deck? Well, I think keeping it clean. Ever, attend an Apple event? Steve Jobs started this. It's just very, very clean and minimalistic. And so you want to have one thing that people can focus on and say, you have a picture. You don't want to show like a wide shot or anything. You just want to hone in on the product. If it's a new iPhone, was the iPhone 15, 16, whatever is coming out, I think it's going to be announced in a few days. You just want to make it very focused, very bold. So hopefully that uh, answer your question. LinkedIn user. Okay. Is your PowerPoint in 30 point? Trying to get an idea of what it looks like in a webinar if it's the right size. Okay, so I did this presentation again. I had to confess, I was still building it right before I started going live. So this is the minimum 30-point word there. I'm using a title that's close to 30. Now, if you're using in PowerPoint or Google Slides, you can actually indicate what pixel it is. So, but it's more or less the same. But that is actually a good point. I would like even run it through to make sure that it's legible. Like you can I don't know if you guys can see on my screen, but you can actually change the zoom as well. If you're doing a remote, make sure that is legible. So yeah, this is pretty close to 30 point. What are some tools and resources you recommend for creating visually appealing slides? Somebody is reading my mind. So the second part of this presentation, I'm going to be talking about a couple of tools. We're actually just using one, Gamma, but there are other ones out there. Honorable mention, for example, pitch.com. You can use that. It's pretty good. Beautiful.ai is another one. But I have been using Gamma since the beginning, and again, Granley is a friend of mine, so I've been doing some demo there. Okay, Keith Wong, thank you for the question. 30-point font, what aspect ratio? Uh, so usually the PowerPoint presentation is like a landscape, so 16 by 9, I think is pretty typical. In any kind of presentation software, you can actually change, but I think it looks kind of weird if you're doing a portrait. So keeping it 16 by 9 landscape usually does work pretty well. Awesome. Very good. This is very engaged. So again, Jenny, I'm leaving you to define the rule, and those engaging, they will be able to win a swag, like a sweater like this one. Awesome. Very good. Let's move on. So we talk about 10, 20, 30. Just remember that I think is going to make you into the 85, 90 percentile. Your presentation is going to be a lot more engaging. Now, how would you actually put this into implementation, into practice? So I have some suggestions. Do the outline first, right? These are the bullet form. This will keep your thoughts very organized and tight. Second, use visuals. Strike a balance, keep it really focused, don't make it busy. If you have, just like I go to I was a photographer in my past life, and I'll go to different events and things like that. It makes me giggle when I see people going really far away. They get the whole background and something, but instead I say, come closer to me to the foreground. I get the subject really close, my model or whatever, and then I can actually get that. So keep it focused. So that's my suggestion about the visuals, and then practice. And it's kind of like, do as I say and not do as I do. I didn't get to practice. I was just still practicing, not practicing. I was still building the slides before the stream. So great. So that is the 10, 20, 30. How to put it in practice in theory. Okay. Now, the one person asking for the tools that I would suggest. And so Gamma is one of the leading tools, and it's my favorite. Every time I would be going to hackathon, you have about basically 20 minutes or 15 minutes, sometimes even shorter, to be able to make a presentation. And that's my go-to. Why? Because it allows you to create a pitch deck based on different scenarios. Sometimes you really have no time. You can use the text to pitch deck prompt. You basically tell it to say, hey, I'm selling pet shampoo. I have a company selling pet shampoo as an e-commerce. Help me build a pitch deck so that I can raise a bunch of money. Right? I can do that. But there's also another way, is where if you have a little bit more time, I will actually go to ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini or whatever tools that you would like to use, build that outline one by one. Then you can copy and paste it into Gamma so that you have a little bit more control. Because if you, instead of using one prompt, which is a little bit of a Russian roulette, it's like you don't know what you're going to get. But if you build the outline, it's going to get a lot more fidelity out of it. And then some of the pictures, a lot of times you spend a lot of time going to Google to find the visuals, and sometimes you have copyright infringement and problem like that. You can do it all within the Gamma. I'm going to show you how to do that, and then you can just go to Unsplash, which is a website where you can get copyright free visuals. You can also do Giphy, some of the funny ones dancing. It could be distracting, but actually it could be very engaging at the same time. Okay, so we're going to be spending more time talking about it. We got about 30 minutes left, so we're going to be spending a little bit more time looking at the demo. Okay, great. So I have a suggestion or blueprint for you. AI doesn't solve all of your problems. Okay, I would like you to think of it as an assistant, as a co-pilot. Is someone that's going to be there and ride and die with you, right? So you do the outline. And again, you can be using ChatGPT or some other tools. Get the outline first, put it into a document. That's going to help you, get it at a more refined, and you don't have to do as many iterations within the presentation tool. Okay, and then second, you're going to get the draft. What comes out, you should expect that to be a draft. It's a pretty good draft. It will probably get you there about 70% of the way, maybe 65, but it'll get you quite close. But you really have to refine, and you go in there manually at that, and just that little framework there is going to get you there from 0 to a pitch deck much, much, much quicker. Any questions so far? Asian Karen, how's it sitting with you?
I'm trying to stay awake.
Thank you so much for doing that. Yes. Okay, great. Any questions from the audience? No. Okay. All right, then we can just go ahead and jump into the presentation. Okay, so quick steps is kind of like the recipe, right? We're going to be going from idea to a finished pitch deck, and we're going to have a time constraint. We're going to make it really fast, and then we're going to make some suggestions coming from the AI, which is they probably got the OpenAI. I got to talk to Grant about it. I think they're using the OpenAI framework. So after the draft, you can actually fine tune it. You can override it. You can adjust the pictures. We're going to show all of that, and then this is the workflow that we're going to be talking about. Okay, so and a question from Keith. Standard 4x3, 16x9, 30-point appearance will vary visually. That's true. Again, that all comes down to where you're going to be delivering this to. Is it going to be a recording? Is it going to be a stream? So I would suggest that you really do the rehearsal and tighten it up. Yeah, hopefully that addresses the question. Okay, great. Awesome. Thank you, Jenny, for showing the question too, because I don't know if everybody can see the question coming in. So great. Awesome. So let's go ahead and jump into the tool. Okay. So this is the interface. This is Gamma and gamma.app. I will also have a link is in the resources. So people want to try it out. It's all free. There's a free tier. The free tier is quite powerful. Now, as you move forward, as you get more advanced, you want more AI credit, you probably have to upgrade to it. But again, it's pretty inexpensive. So we're going to be going to this create new AI. And as I said, there are 3 approaches, right? You can have the outline already. If you have made it in OpenAI, or if you hand type it, you can use this. If you're really pressed for time, I just want to do a text to pitch deck, this is where you're going to be doing the generate. Import a file. This is pretty handy. you already have a deck that's already made, or your competitor or somebody has made it already, you can just import it and then enhance. I'm going to use the word enhance. You're going to enhance it, right? So, but in this case, we are going to be showing you the generate. Okay, so a question, can you provide examples of how Gamma enhances storytelling representations? Well, instead of me telling you, why don't I show it to you? So, and then we can see how this works. Okay. I am starting a pet shampoo e-commerce site. I am raising money from friends and family. Let's build a deck. So this is where you can. Let's do a little bit more fine tuning. The tone should be professional, but friendly. Okay. So I'm not going to get into prompt engineering and all of that, but I think it's as a rule of thumb, the more specific, the more context you can provide, the fewer iterations you have to go back and forth. So just kind of telling you the voice and the tone and who you are, what you're doing, what's the audience. The audience, like I say, is friends and family. So it's an early funding run. So it's not going to have a lot of like official language as if you're raising IPO. Okay, so this works pretty well. Just a quick highlight. In Gamma, instead of making a presentation, you can also make a website. If you want to make a landing page, if you want to make a website and collect email, it can also handle that. Document is like, instead of making a presentation with a slide deck with the landscape mode, is going to be a portrait mode where it's going to be like an ebook or a readable document format. So in this case, we're going to stick with presentation. You can also indicate how many cards you want. I think 8, we'll stick with the 10, 20, 30. 8, I think, is a good number. 8 is in Chinese is good number. Good luck. And then I can also add 1 or 2 resources and glossary and things like that. So 8 sounds good. Now, the reason to go upgrade is that as you're doing more longer decks, you may have to go into more details. If you're raising, ABC, or even you're going IPO, then you're going to be needing more details. So, but for now, 8 is fine. We're going to generate. And I already had coffee. I'm not going to get, coffee. So this is pretty quick. So I'm going to go click continue. And this is where not yet. I'm sorry. So you pick a theme. So there are different themes that are about 50 or 60. The product team is adding them, very frequently. I'm going to stay with professional, and the one that I like, as I think is called soft coal or bubble gum. I like that for more funny, like Barbie theme. But let's stick with the Andrea. Awesome, great to know. If you could only do infographics too, yeah.
Can we show them the screen as you do the live demo, please? If that's fine.
Wait, you haven't been seeing the demo?
No. Yeah, but it's fine. We can do it again.
Really? Okay. Oh, okay. Share this tab instead. Oh my God. Yes, I shared the whole window, but it wasn't really looking at the tab. So yes, thank you. Great. So we're looking at this. Should we do this again? Let's do this again.
Yes,
Let's
please.
let's be fair. Okay. So the interface. Next time, just call me out. Stop me. Stop me from talking. So we will be starting from the beginning, and this is like we'll create and 3 different routes. If you have an outline, paste in the text. If you have generate, you've really pressed for time. The panda is keeping us engaged. We're gonna feed Asian Karen some bamboo and dance. You can do generate. You can do import a file. If you're pressed for time, like I have been all my life, I will do generate. If you already have a file, if you get it from Google, if you get it from the competitors, you get it from anywhere, you can do the import. But like we're just gonna do the generate. And then as we were talking about, I am starting a pet shampoo e-commerce. I am raising, say, 128,000 from friends and family. So this is a pitch deck, and we're going to be talking about the business, and then the tone should be professional and friendly. Okay, good. And then the funny thing is the AI, even if you misspell, it will actually be able to read what's on your mind because it's all by word association. Okay. As I promised, I mean, this is showing you, this gives you an input. If you like the outline, and again, we're so pressed for time, this actually looks pretty good. This looks good. Welcome, about, unique formulation, benefits and features, competitive landscape, and projections, and this. So this looks like a legit. How? Because this is going to OpenAI, and it's looking at all of the presentations within the training data. So it's coming back pretty research, pretty legitimate. And we have 8 cards here. And so that's good. It's going to take me about 40 credits, and I got 15,000. How? Because I actually did a couple workshops, and I have this link there, and I just told people to go check it out, and then I somehow went viral in certain countries and whatever, so I got 15,000. Too bad I can't cash them into Bitcoins or anything like that. So anyway, I'm going to spend 40 of these credits with you because I love you all. Okay, so I'm spending 40 units, and this is where you can change the design. The product team has about 50, 60 designs that you can pick from. And I'm on this Slack channel with the product team. So we actually can, ask them, give them feedback. And so these are the different look and feel. I'm going to be using this one. I think it's been pretty reliable for me. But if you want to make it colorful, actually, let's make it colorful. Let's do the bubblegum one. I think I really like it. It's so pink. Where is it? Where is it? Anybody see it? Bubblegum. Bubblegum. Okay, very pink. You got this kind of font. That's okay. Let's go ahead and generate. So what's happening right now? Well, the AI is doing the work for us. And if you want to be watching cat videos and not listen to this, that's also okay with me. All right, cool. All right, this is done. So I'm going to go into the present mode. I'm going to go back to the very top and do the present mode and review this. So everyone is seeing this tab. That's good. All right, awesome. So I'm going to quickly page through the output of this. So now we're at the second step, which is the draft step of the Zend pitch deck blueprint. We got a title, we got a description, we got my name here, we got the edit stamp, and about the company. Now, this doesn't really quite respect the 10, 20, 30 rule. So maybe it's not really aware of it. That's when we can actually go in and change certain things, and I will show it to you how easy it is to do it. Okay. Can you put your company colors, fonts, and logos so you can use them? The brand kit is, I believe, is available for the paid plan, so you can have a brand kit in there, so that you don't have to use the themes if you would like. Yeah. Thank you, Lee, for the question. Unique formulation. Oh, so full disclaimer, I don't have pets, so I'm just talking out of my rear here. So unique formulation, natural ingredients, nourishing blend, pH balance. You got this thing here that looks pretty good. It looks more like a spa than pet shampoo, but Again, I wouldn't know the difference. Benefits, features, you got little variation of the layout if you notice. So it was like this, you got the picture on the left layout, and then you got the little 3 thing, and then you got this grid, 2x2 grid. So it's giving you some variation to keep people engaged. Competitive landscape. Oh, now, Andrea, this isn't quite infographics. And I think we were just talking about it, Andrea, yesterday, it was yesterday, that AI makes funny words, and as you can see here, is trying really hard to make sense. I don't know what it really means because it's just gibberish. But this kill dog doesn't have too many toes, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Pet bubble gum. Yeah, exactly. Great. Financial funding needs. So this makes sense. We're going to be making 500,000, half a mil, 1.2 mil, 2 mil in 3 years. Profit margins 45%, 50%, 55%. That all makes sense. I mean, it's a financial story you need to be telling, and having work in the fundraising finance world, a lot of it, especially is early on, is hypothetical anyway. So but it gives you a framework, something that you can edit. Andre, yesterday was a long time ago. Yes, yeah, I got like, I think 6 or 7 meetings. So yeah, it was a long day, and I sneak out for a bike ride afterward. Cool. So yeah, different visual. Oh, look at those hands. Look at those hands. Oh, by the way, these pictures are all AI generated, and this is pretty unsettling. So AI has gone a long way, but you've noticed any kind of pictures with hands or words or language is not the greatest. So I ask you to please, if you're making pictures, if you're playing with Midjourney or Dolly or what else is out there, Leonardo, you can put something called negative prompt and then avoid the hands. I mean, like, this is, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Cool. So that is the end of this output. Now I'm going to go into the edit mode, right? This is the last stage where you actually can, you got a good draft, as if you hire an intern, and then you got a pretty decent draft. Now you're giving reviewed, or the intern has already gone home and you need to be doing some work. Okay, so first of all, I want to, this is just too wordy. Don't like it, so edit it, get it out of it, and then you can change the font. You can't in Gamma. It doesn't really give you the size, but it's actually better. I can just say monster font. This is too monster. Title. That's good. So you can change it like that. It doesn't. But if you go back to PowerPoint, it will go back to the 30 and whatever. Fully immersive handshake. Yeah, it's like crushing the bones of the fingers and everything. Pictures. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at these pictures. Cool. So what's happening here? This is an AI generated image. Now, if you're doing some branding, I wouldn't really do an AI image for the branding, especially on the title page. So that is where you can actually, I want to upload something. You create that in Canva, you create it, you hire me, you hire my team to create the images for you, whatever it is, you can override that. And you can also do a web image search. I can do, what is that? Pet shampoo. If I want to do that, search it, then you can just change it if you want that. I don't want to do that. I want to do Unsplash. Like I said, Unsplash is a way to get copyright free images. Pet shampoo. We got this thing here, what Giphy and all this other stuff. So is instead of you going to like 50 different tools, you can do it all within Gamma. And there's a newer product too. So I'm going to undo and stick with this. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about edit. Like, let's heading 4. It's too small for my aging eyesight. I'm going to make it like this. Okay, cool. And let's talk about copywriting, digital copywriting, especially. You know, like we said, we don't want people to read and not listen to you. So this is just way too verbose. So we're probably going to be just like making it quicker like this. Or I can just come in and type our values, sustainability. Okay, a comment came in. There seems to be an alternative way to add your logo branded images too. Yes, yes, yeah, absolutely. Great. Okay, so let me see if there's anything that's really cool to see. Embedding. So I can actually come in here instead of like showing text. I can actually come in and add something here. Let me see how I can do this. I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to get rid of this stuff. Come in here. I can add different things. Okay. So let's go ahead and add a web page. I'm going to use my own business here. Search it. Okay. So we talk about stop making pitch deck so boring. Well, this is a live website. I just show it to you instead of me taking a screenshot. This is a live website. So if you have a team and they're working on it and you're really pressed for time and this is go live, and so they can be making changes and you'll be pulling the live version of your website. It doesn't stop here. You can also show YouTube video, all of it. Really making a live presentation. So spend a little less time on doing the pitch decks, and then you can now engage streaming and talk about comment and give away swags. And by the way, how are we giving away swags? Have we figured it out yet, Jenny?
We'll do a roulette later for people who stayed until the end. So please stay tuned, guys.
Oh, so cruel. This is what is that? A survival of the fittest. It's not about engagement. You just have to stay to outlift your rest of your peers. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. Let me see. Get out of presentation mode here. Another thing I really like, but I got some feedback about. I'm going to add another one here. Is Giphy. Okay. I call it Giphy. Somebody call it Jiffy. Whatever you want to call it. Image. What is it? Image. Okay. You guys have seen this screen before. So image. What is that? I want this taken. Oh yeah, love this. So go back to presentation mode again. And so as you're talking, this I don't know. I mean, this is good, but people may be too distracted. So maybe like if you're picking a Givey or something like that, pick something that is not too much going on. Or if I'm talking, I probably don't want to put Scarlett Johansson up there because there's just too much competition for attention. Pressure us on to keep us engaged. Yes, Andrea, that's exactly it. But I will find you if you're not engaging, Andrea. Okay, as I put it on the presentation. I have my eyes on you guys. Okay, very good, very good. So that's mainly it that I want to talk about today. And I do want to kind of hear questions or any ping points you guys have. I mean, like when you are making a presentation or when you're about to go into presentation, what are the thoughts that actually come to mind? I already talked about those observations that most decks are kind of long. And as a matter of fact, I doing a lot of mentoring, a lot of coaching, and first thing they people typically send is a deck that is about 50 pages long. I say first, uh, if you're asking me to coach you, I probably don't have that time. So you really have to do the legwork up front and make it really easy. And then, it goes back to the 10, 20, 30 rule. And so would love to hear from the audience what the experience have been like with PowerPoint. I call it murder by PowerPoint, which is a pretty heinous crime, but it is so widespread in the corporate world still. Anything from the audience?
There was a question about making a image of this hat onto your logo.
What do you mean by that, Asian
There was
Karen?
a question from the audience before. I don't know if you saw it.
No.
It just says the prompt was what do we have to do with a panda hat with your ZB logo on it?
Wow. Okay. Well, let's play around with it. Okay. So let's do this. I wasn't prepared for stump the panel kind of situation, but hey, this is live. What the heck? So how do I do this? Come edit. Let's do a AI image. Okay. This is quite tricky because we are getting into kind of like a face swap, face mesh kind of thing. You want to have your own logo and a panda hat. So I don't know I can do it all within here, but if I go into say Canva or something, I might be able to do it. But hey, let's try it. Panda hat with Zen-based logo. I'm pretty sure it isn't going to turn out the way we want, but let's see. Is it okay with the audience? Is there anything else you guys want me to add to the prompt? Anything? Asian Karen, what should the panda be doing? What does the head look like? Let's be more descriptive and make it really outrageous.
By the way, this is not a hat. This is a pillow.
This is a pillow, okay?
Just like when you get really lazy, if you just wanted to just like rest for a bit and have a nap. I'm not sure if you guys all understand me because I'm Australian, so I speak Australians. If you don't
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying, just let me know because we have different lingos.
we understand you, mate. I go to
Okay,
Outback. We have Outback
just,
here.
just checking. Yeah,
But
I'll go back to sleep mode.
that
You
being a
carry on.
pillow, I don't understand. I mean, like, do you sleep on your head? Like, why is it a pillow?
I got this from our Kmart. Do you have Kmart or is it Walmart?
We have both.
Oh, I just thought we.
Is Kmart still in business? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's doing really well. It's actually taking over all the Targets here. But they're the
Great.
same company. But I don't know. Like I live so far away, and I just thought we stole all the ideas from you. But
Okay.
I don't know. Apparently, we live in different world. But carry on. I'm gonna just keep watching the panda hat and your logo
Okay.
for
Great.
now.
Great. Okay. A panda pillow, not a hat. Okay.
It's a pillar. Yeah.
Yeah. What do we know? With a Zambis logo. Again, it's gonna come out so bizarre. Gamer will use your card content to enhance prompt. No, that's fine. Let's go ahead and spend 10 credits. So what's gonna come out? I have no idea. And again, this is AI is never deterministic. It's never deterministic. And so if you really want to do something like that, I actually go to Canva and then do uh, a hybrid approach where I actually have a logo and I actually blend it, and then I can remove background, make it a PNG and transparent. So, but this will press for time, and we got this little lovely creature here. It does look like a
It looks like
legit.
a merch. I want to buy it. Where can I
That's
buy this?
that's a good idea. Let me add my
It looks like an official merch.
okay. I add my PayPal link here or Venmo link, and people can buy it and they can get it ordered. So this isn't half bad. This isn't half bad, and it's all. Again, I want to thank Grant Lee, the CEO of Gamma, for doing this. This is a newer feature they rolled out about a month ago, and is really saving a bit of time. Now, if you're making a design, AI is going to be just more of an assistant. I wouldn't use it, for deterministic, but for something that's like for memes or for something more creative or making merchandises, this is a perfect legitimate use case. Awesome. Okay, so let me
Asian
look at
Karen approved.
yeah. Great.
Add to
So
cart.
it looks very much like a pillow. I will slip on the panda's belly for sure. Okay.
Now I'm really happy with this photo, and I wish there's like an add to cart, and you can buy this straight away. Just to just
Great.
for the next feature, tell Grant.
Yes, Grant. Great. So I'm looking at the question. Are there collaboration features in Gamma that enable teams to work together on presentation? Yes. Collaborate. So just like Google Slides, and what else is there? Keynote doesn't really have that. I think Office PowerPoint has that now. So multiple people can be working on it at the same time. And since we're talking about this, I may as well talking about the share. What is really amazing is if I share this link out to you guys, right? And Jenny, if you want to share this link out, by all means, send it to the LinkedIn. You can actually view it, and the best thing is the analytics. I can actually see how people are paginating. Now, you guys are not in it yet, so I can actually see where the drop off is going to be. And this is huge. If certain slides are not resonating, people are like, whatever, then you probably want to change it up. So, this is not something that I've seen anywhere. And if I'm seeing certain information that people are really engaged with, I will actually just double down on that content. So really huge unique feature within Gamma. Yeah. So far I haven't gotten any people logged in yet. So once and I will package all of these links, resources to you guys after the presentation. Great. Okay, I'm reading at Chris Thompson's comment. The moral of the marketing story is never let us see something that we want more than what's on the menu. Yeah, that's so true. That is so true. Keith said, "Can we talk about creating a deck that's emailed out versus a deck being presented? Should the decks be different?" That's a very good point. So when you're sending out a deck that's emailed out, that means it's like consumed by themselves. They probably don't have the context. That's when you might want to kind of blend the 10, 20, 30 rule a little bit. But do you want to put all the information in there, or should it be in the footnote? I think having in the footnote is better. But Keith, I would ask you to think about this. If you send out a deck, it's pretty boring. I think it's better to make a recording of it and then just go through the slide. So you stick with the 10, 20, 30 rule. You narrate that. You make it a video. You send that out. I think you're going to get way more traction and more engagement and effectiveness by using that approach than just sending this thing and just praying and spraying. And I've been on both sides. I've sent stuff and people people ghost me and never see them again. And this is not asking for a date. This is, a work presentation. So I would that could be another LinkedIn Live, is like how to make video. I think like Lee, if Lee is still around, and Lee and I had a conversation like, what's the best way to make a video? So is YouTube the way? Well, it could be. But the workflow is that you have to make it, record it somewhere, you have to upload it, you have to do a thumbnail, you have to put a description. It's just too long. So Loom is probably the easiest right now. The free tier is pretty generous. You can just like within the application, you can just record yourself. You can show your face. You don't have to show your face. And then as soon as you click stop, the thing is already in the cloud and you can send out the link. So that's why it's everywhere. Myself, I'm more of a teller.tv guy. I know the CEO. I talk to him. I give him some input, and I like that it's a little different. So it doesn't look like everyone else, which is using Loom. So much easier. Yeah. I hope this is working. As a matter of fact, I mean, like you got some pretty good deals, retainers coming your way. Hopefully, maybe it's the result of the Loom video. Great. Sweet. Well, it's 10:57. Yeah. Is anybody having any thoughts, any questions? You want to throw tomatoes, whatever, any closing remark, by all means. And then I'm actually going to go back to the other slide. I want to share these resources for you guys. Where did it go? Right here. So it's very simple. I have everybody's email address. I have a way to get back to you. But if you guys want to go to this Notion landing page, it's still being built out. You can use the QR code. You can use the link here. It will take you to a page, and it got a couple links. I'm going to add the presentation, the slide deck to the page. You get it. And also there are a couple other YouTube video channels, a couple other resources, plus Zenbiz. Jenny mostly, it's not me. I was spending a lot of time at the hospital the past few weeks. So we have a 5-day educational email course, and you can be looking at this more in depth at your own pace. And the price is also right; it's free. We have done this as a way to make this AI education accessible to anybody who's seeking for it. Amazing. Thank you
And you
so
should
much, Key.
also throw in the free merch. You should put that into production soon, because I think that's a great idea. That's an add-on bonus, a free and Zen business merch.
Yeah, that's why I appreciate you so much, Mandy, or Asian Karen. You just
Whatever. I answer by all names.
you're so creative, and you give me all these ideas. And Asian Karen and I collaborating when we're making a project. We're not going to talk about that just yet, but Asian Karen in Melbourne is applying for a couple TV shows, a reality show. So oh no,
It's
forget that.
NDA. Don't talk about that.
Oh, is NDA.
No,
It's
but
NDA.
just if you wanted to follow my journey, just add me on LinkedIn. But is this getting published anywhere?
This is probably getting published everywhere.
Oh shit.
But we'll get,
Anyway, I've
yeah.
just got the casting call for a show. So,
Oh,
I might be famous in the future. I
great.
don't know. But let's stay tuned. So I'll continue my legacy. Anyway, it's
Amazing.
4 a.m. I'm really sleepy. I'm not
Yes.
making sense. But
Yeah.
anyway, let's not talk about that ever again, because I've
Okay.
got to sign NDA soon, but I
Oh,
haven't yet. But
okay.
let's just stay quiet.
Send it to me. I need to sign that too. I got a big mouth. Anyway, we're at time. Thank you so much, everybody. This is my first ever live stream on LinkedIn or anywhere. So I thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for showing up. And I'm going to be doing more of this more often. So just stay tuned. Thank you.